This couple got caught on the Kiss Cam at Coldplay's concert in Boston, and they freaked the fuck out and literally ran and hid from the camera's view, and everyone was cracking up.
Astronomer was getting 2 to 3 times more applicants on their jobs than their competition was. So CEOs out there, if you're looking to juice the applicant flow, you might want to have an affair with the head of HR and go to a mainstream concert.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Really
just saying. It's good for applicant flow, everybody. It's good for
applicant flow.
Come on, just slam an iron brew and let's do this, boys.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Going off the rails on a crazy train. It's the Chad and Cheese Podcast, everybody. I'm your co-host, Joel Quiet Cracker Cheeseman.
This is Chad Integrity Fee Sowash.
And I'm Maureen, a.k.a. Mo, crashing out Clough.
And on this episode, bold bids, recruiters bid farewell, and Ashby, more like Cashby. Am I right? Am I right? All right. Let's do this.
Hospitality is the heart of our society. It brings people together to share great food, drinks, and experiences. But successfully managing a restaurant or hotel is no easy feat. That's where Harry comes in. Harry is the frontline employee experience platform that helps you build, manage, and engage great teams. With Harry, managers can easily find and hire top talent, manage timekeeping, and communicate with employees at any time from any place. Candidates and team members can quickly and efficiently apply for jobs, swap shifts, and access important information entirely from their mobile devices. And Harry's robust employee engagement tools make team members feel more connected than ever. With Harry, as an owner or operator, you get a bird's eye view of your business, from turnover cost, labor cost, employee sentiment, compliance risk, and team performance. Run your business better by understanding the power of your people. Because when your team is the heart of your business, Harry is the heartbeat. See how it transforms your business.
Ooh, that's good. That means we don't have to do the dad joke
to come up with that one.
That was good, actually. I'm here for that.
The bookend dad jokes, Ashby, and you'll have to wait till the end for my official.
Most important, Mo is back. She's a mess. She's already self-proclaimed
messy Mo. Mess.
Well, you're getting ready to move. I mean, you should expect to be a mess, right?
And I'm also coming back from Europe, so there's this massive jet lag. I was like, you guys, the fact of the matter was, I missed you so much. I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to fight through it. I'm going to push through it. I'm sorry for the listeners that have to endure this, but I really wanted to be back that badly that I was like, it's cool. We're going to make it happen. So thanks for having me.
How was the Disney cruise?
I mean, despite the fact that it made me miss Wreckfest UK, which was very depressing, it was extraordinary. And for all of you who don't know this, Disney cruises are the best parenting hack and vacation hack I've ever heard of in my life, because they have, and I'm not kidding, they have kids camp from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. Yeah. And my kids were like, peace out, mom. yeah, exactly. And I was like, don't you want to hang out with me at some point? They're like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to the pool. I'm going to hang out with my friends. And they had a gazillion camp counselors and stuff. And so you actually get to relax a vacation on a Disney cruise. So this was not sponsored by Disney, but awesome. By God, come find me. We can do it. It was awesome.
Excellent. I have a question. You're moving? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Our YouTube viewers will appreciate this, but your room that you always record in is the same. You've got the Monets and the Picassos in the back. Mm-hmm. You might want to pack that shit up if you're moving. That might help.
I know, it's part of the brand. No, unfortunately, it's not coming with me. So we're going to a small cabin, and we're just getting the hell out of Dodge. We're going rural, guys. We're getting out of the big city.
Whoever buys your place now gets a furnished apartment or furnished house.
Indeed they do. We're renting it out. We're saying we're not keeping up with the Joneses anymore. We're going rural. We're getting out of the city. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it.
I'm telling you right now, the slowdown for me has been magical. It's been fucking magical. So hopefully, same for you.
Fingers crossed. It might just be an escapist sort of dream, but we'll find out. No way to know unless you do it. So
it's been an emotional week. We said goodbye to Ozzy. Whole news across the wires. We're recording. Hulk Hogan has passed away, and as you know, Chad, we lost a dear friend in the industry last week, and I know that you posted a video that just caught fire. I don't know how many views you can see it. I can't, but it looks like it's taken off.
Oh, dude, it exploded. And I mean, the people that reached out, I think, was the coolest. And reading and hearing the stories that they had about what Matt meant to them personally. Yeah, that was what really was heartwarming for me. So, I mean, we asked Sergey to and the team to pull together a short video in remembrance of Matt. So if you haven't seen it, we're going to go ahead and we'll play it right here.
Yeah, and if you missed it, this was dear friend Matt Lavery of the show at UPS, Chicago, Southside kid, passed away, and we put together this little video.
Joel and Chad asked me to give a review of.
I love the close-up on the sandwich.
The Leo is a sandwich for the masses.
I didn't go to Wrigley Field for the first time until 1984. My father wouldn't take me. He told me there was like feeding a pig steak by taking a Southside Irishman to the North side. So I had to take myself.
You've got a fine taste in food and sports teams, but what else do you like or would you like to tell us about yourself?
Born and bred southwest side of Chicago. Went to parochial school, went to Notre Dame. Been at UPS for 27 years. I've worked in Atlanta, I've worked in Brussels, worked in Chicago. But my tact has always been in the TA space. Yep. And we go in front of the hiring manager and say, every day you delay your interview schedule. Yeah. Every day you delay your selection.
This is what you're doing.
This is what you're costing.
See, that's genius.
So now I must leave you now so I can consume this Leo before it gets cold. In nomine Patris et Filii and Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Peace and love to all, and I'm out.
Rest in peace, Matt. Rest in peace.
Wow. Wow.
I hope you and John Candy are enjoying an old 96er there in heaven with the Leos. With the Leos.
Okay, get me to shout outs before I start fucking. I've turned into a fucking mess.
You are a mushy mess.
I didn't know him, but he sounds amazing. Save us, Mo.
So. Pull us
all
out
right,
of this.
Let me save you with the thing that no one wants to talk about, but the whole world can't stop looking at. It's the Coldplay Gate. So, I mean, we are an HR podcast. We can't not talk about it, but let's just call it out. So, obviously, it's the video that broke the internet.
Damage.
Fair. But it's like, I mean, you cannot escape the memes. They're just like circulating all over the net. It's just been an insane thing. So if somehow, some way you didn't know what happened was this couple got caught on the Kiss Cam at Coldplay's concert in Boston, and they freaked the fuck out and literally ran and hid from the camera's view, and everyone was cracking up because Chris Martin, Apple, no, that's his daughter, right? Was that Gwyneth Paltrow? Anyway, Chris, I was like, where did that come from? I said hot mess today. I promise I delivered.
It's all right.
But so Chris Martin said out loud, oh, wow, either these guys are having an affair or they're just really, really shy. And it turns out the affair part was right. And so everybody just descended into chaos, and this video went completely viral because of their reaction. If they just stood there and smiled, no one would ever have heard a single thing about this. But unfortunately, it was very clear that they weren't supposed to be seen together. Yeah. So anyway, this sparked a lot of outrage. And I think the thing that I feel hasn't been talked about enough is the reason for it. So it's not just that we're all assholes and we want to be gossiping and water coolering and all that stuff. It's that. Yes, it's that exactly. It's we are so ready to see someone actually take the fall at the top because they seem to be setting these rules and then not abiding by them. It's accountability. It only exists for people at the bottom. And we're just collectively fucking done with that. So I think, unfortunately for them, there are plenty of other corporate people who've done far worse than these guys have done with having this affair. But unfortunately for these two who, I even heard from someone, 6 degrees of separation, someone who allegedly knows them, they're fully separated from their spouses, whatever. Like, I don't know the full situation, but these guys are taking the heat because of all the bad corporate behavior. It's like the stuff about return to office, like at Starbucks, right? Like everybody's got to come back. But we've also been flying the brand new CEO from his house in California to headquarters in Seattle on the private jet. It's like there's kind of like the rules for thee but not for me stuff. And we're just, I think basically as a society, we're just fucking done with it. And I think that's what that's all about.
That's a great take.
Over 80% of you watching right now, you watch over and over. We know you do, but you haven't liked and you haven't subscribed. Let's do that. Let's do that now.
I mean, because from my standpoint, it's like they're doing things outside. Let them do their thing. But again, you're right. It's like different rules for different strokes for different folks, and that's bullshit. And a lot of people are sick of it. I totally get that. Yeah.
I think that's the one other thing I'll say about it is I do feel like there's been a lot more heat reserved for the woman in this situation, which I so dislike because it feels like that's so frequently the case, right? Yes. So I'm super not into that. And I feel for everybody involved because this really just sucks, right? It's like it's blasted all over the internet for their families to see, which just is like so painful if you can even imagine what that would be like. And then for the whole company, I mean, it's like so incredibly embarrassing, although they did get a lot of PR, I guess. I guess everybody knows what astronomer is now. Which
brings me to my take on this. They say there's no such thing as bad PR, and I think that's an interesting perspective. None of us knew about astronomer before this thing happened, I'm sure, and I was curious from a recruitment side of things. My hypothesis was, I wonder if they're getting more applicants than they were before. I wonder if more people want to work here than they did prior to this incident. So I went out to LinkedIn. LinkedIn shows you the jobs. They show you how many applicants have applied to a job. And I don't know anything about this business, but LinkedIn does show you other companies that are similar to that. So in the companies that are similar, according to LinkedIn, Astronomer was getting 2 to 3 times more applicants on their jobs than their competition was. So CEOs out there, if you're looking to juice the applicant flow, you might want to have an affair with the head of HR and go to a mainstream concert. Yeah. Just saying. Really saying. It's good for applicant flow, everybody. It's good for
applicant flow.
The other thing about that, though. Exactly. We want to figure out who those people are. But like the other thing about all this is it also really highlighted the misinformation that's just like running rampant all over the internet, because there were so many things that got put out that were just false. Like the woman next to them who was laughing, everyone allegedly said that she was this woman at the company, a VP of people or something like that. That wasn't her. There was no one else from the company there. And I think because people thought it was a company sponsored event, at least I guess, did you guys think that when you saw it? I thought, maybe are they in a box or something? Maybe not. Maybe that was just me.
Hell, that was a company sponsored event.
I was like, wait, but because they said that girl next to them, that woman next to them was the head or the VP of people. That's what everyone was alleging.
People were trying to say
I thought that there were other people in the company,
let's
which
get
made
away
me
from
even more
Coldplay now.
Okay,
Jesus Christ! I've already heard too much of Coldplay for the last week.
That's fair.
Jesus.
I mean, if you're going to have an affair, it might as well be with the head HR. Because who are they going to report
your shout out? That's great.
Okay, my shout out. Speaking of candidate flow, ZipRecruiter is saved, Chad. ZipRecruiter, I don't know if you saw the headlines. Forget about the fact that their stock is down almost 35% year to date. Forget the fact that their podcast, which is still running every week, only has 20 reviews. Celebrating a year and only 20 reviews, only 10 reviews on Spotify. So it's not like the kids are into it and the old folks on Apple are not. No, ZipRecruiter has finally figured out that the key to success is going back to linear TV. I don't know if you saw this, Chad, but Marcus Lemonis, famous investor, now has a show called The Fixer, where he helps companies, startups to fix their shit, as the name says. And he's partnered with ZipRecruiter to help these companies fix their shit by using ZipRecruiter. That's right. What better solution than ZipRecruiter to fix your hiring woes? So here is a little tidbit from Marcus Lemonis about his partnership with ZipRecruiter.
Good morning. I'm happy to announce a new partnership with ZipRecruiter, where I'm going to work with them to help you specifically bring in talent to take your business to the next level. Now, the key to ZipRecruiter for me, and I've used it for years, has always been not just getting applications, but finding qualified people fast who will actually show up. Retention is key. Acquisition of key employees is key, but getting people to show up and perform and add value to your business is also key. Down below in the comments, you can post any question that you may have around anything about people, how to hire them, and to have them contribute to your business in a meaningful way.
Boom. Buy your ZipRecruiter stock today, kids, because this thing's going to the moon. Marcus Lemonis is in the house. Shout out to ZipRecruiter.
I've used ZipRecruiter for bullshit. Bullshit.
They've paid me a lot of money to say that they're awesome, and they are.
Go fucking figure.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Well, my shout out is to integrity fees. Did you hear about integrity fees for tourist visas for tourists coming into the U.S.?
Sounds expensive.
Are there any tourists coming to the U.S.?
Well, listen up. Apparently embedded into the big, beautiful turd. I mean, Bill, no, it's actually a turd. There's a provision that gives DHS the ability to charge fees on foreign visitors. And this from ABC News, quote, the new $250 visa integrity fee as defined in the legislation applies to travelers who are applying for non-immigrant visas to enter the U.S. and cannot be waived, end quote. But if you're good, they might reimburse you, but don't hold your breath.
What does good mean?
I have no fucking claim. You're not going to get your money back, guys. Come on. I know it sounds like a cash grab for the U.S. Before 2026 World Cup in Summer Olympics, but this could literally kill tourism and hospitality and the industries, plus all the vendors that support them. It's just plain stupid. Shout out to plain stupid legislation.
You dumbass.
That's like, God, don't we have enough going on? Seriously, you're gonna add that?
You are really dumb. For real.
I mean, we're already flyover country now.
Exactly.
I mean, Canada's going to Mexico. They're not even stopping in the U.S. anymore. I mean, it's just like, what else can we do to fuck over people? Anyway.
It's so bad. It's going to have such cascading effects. Thanks for bringing the peace and light.
Well, the good news is that they can sell their free shit from us if they need to make up that
free
extra.
Shit. That's right.
Extra
I get
money.
to do that today.
And before we get to that, Mo, real quickly, our shout outs are sponsored by our friends up north, Kiora. That's text recruiting made simple and cost effective. Thanks, Kiora. Now to free shit.
All right. Who here likes whiskey?
Oh,
I don't know.
I do.
Maybe. I think we know that. So the tech talent experts over at Van Hack are going to throw us some bourbon barrel aged. Oh wait, did I just screw that up? Nope. Yep. Wow. See, I told you I'd bring the hot mess. I thought I told you. Okay. All right.
Chicken cock.
Oh my God. All right. So whiskey from Chicken Cock coming to you by Van Hack. Did I do that?
There you
go. There we go. All right.
It's beautiful.
Booze not your thing.
All right.
If you listen to this show and booze isn't your thing, I'm very confused, but I love that for you. There is bourbon barrel aged syrup out there that people can get. Sign up for free stuff. Bob and Doug McKenzie over at Kiora are bringing that to you.
Movie. Don't wreck our show, you hoser.
I just love the word hoser. It's fabulous.
That is great. Needs to come back.
Who likes t-shirts? Everybody likes a t-shirt, right? Guess who's bringing them to us?
Pappy.
The folks over at Aaron, those peeps with the red shoes. You've seen them all over the place at those tech conferences, right?
Mm-hmm.
T-shirts from Aaron. All right. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, we're back to alcohol already. Craft beer. Who wants craft beer? From Aspen Tech Labs. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got a lot of free shit. You should probably sign up.
And if it's your birthday,
I like free stuff.
A little rum from Plum. Don't forget about them. But you can't get it unless you go to chadcheese.com/free. Chadcheese.com/free.
I know I can.
That's right.
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
That's right, Chad. Some listeners are celebrating a birthday, and man, are we getting a lot of fans, for God's sakes. Here we go. Here's our list, everybody. Dustin Carper, Jeremy Bright, Drew Feld, Jim Schneider, Roy Maurer, Joe Wilkie, Mary Lanahan, Sarah Berlin, Ashley Smith, Julia Levy, Leanne Pua, Damon Ashley, Rhea Moss, Des Prentice, Ryan Foote, Jacek Krajewski, Jolene Schlaff, Daniel Flatla, Stephen Rylett, Sir Richard Collins, Brian Cheney, Crystal Lay, Maren Hogan, and Serge Boudreau, everybody. Happy birthday, everybody. That's a mouthful. That's one week of birthdays, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. It's getting a lot of. There you go. So much love for us. All right, let's get into topics, everybody. Some more red meat, if you like the red meat from last week. Ashby, a 7-year-old San Francisco startup, has raised $50 million in a Series D round.
Wow.
Doubling its valuation from its $30 million Series C back in 2024 and bringing its total amount raised to $120 million. Its customer base grew from 1,300 to over 2,700 in the past year, with a 135% ARR increase, serving clients like OpenAI, Shopify, and Snowflake. The funds will enhance AI capabilities, product development, and customer success, of course. Chad, Ashby, Cashby, whatever you want to call it, what are your thoughts on this raise?
Let's be very clear, kids. We hear shit about applicant tracking systems all the time. My applicant tracking system won't do this. My applicant tracking system won't do that. It took 6 months to finalize the implementation of a point solution into my ATS. The funny thing is, I've never heard an Ashby customer say anything bad about them. And I'm not shitting you. And in a segment where all we hear is bitching and moaning, right? So it's pretty damn refreshing to hear companies that are, more satisfied with a company like Ashby.
You don't hear bad things, but do you hear good things?
Oh, yeah. I've heard really good things about being able to work with them, implementations, those types of things. And again, you start going to these conferences and you hear things and then you dig a little bit deeper because it can't all be sunshine, fucking rainbows and unicorns. Well, so far, it's all I got. But Ashby, as you said, has doubled their customer base in the last year, increased number of interviews scheduled in Ashby by 170%, which really means nothing. We need a baseline, guys. So marketing, if you want to give real numbers with a baseline, that would be great. And again, their revenues are up 135%. It's fucking awesome. And they've barely touched their Series C from last year. So the big question, you are doing so well. You've got a great pace. You're not even hitting the cash from the last year. Why more money, especially this time when you know that it's not a great time to raise money, and then also dilution? Why do that to yourself right now?
Well, let's check in on the executive team, which is out on a yacht somewhere. Let's see what. They're a little busy, Chad. I don't know if they have time for our questions. We've been through this, Chad. People hate their ATSs. They're looking for the next, hot chick in the bar. Yep. They went from iSIMs to Smart Recruiters to Greenhouse to Lever. Ashby now is the hot babe at the bar that everyone's like, oh shit, who is that? Leaving their current ATS for the hot new thing. Now, time will tell if Ashby retains its hotness and can keep it going. But so far, so good. So looking at some headcount numbers, Ashby has grown their headcount 195% in the last 2 years. Smart Recruiters in comparison is up 14%, and iSIMs is down 8% over the last 2 years. Ashby only has about 300 employees compared to Smart Recruiters at 720 and iSIMs at 1218. Greenhouse also not nearly as much growth in the last year at 8% of headcount. They have about 876 employees. In summary, Greenhouse is doing a whole lot with very few, and it's working for them really. Ashby is, sorry, who did I say? Anyway, so many ATSs. No, what they're doing is working. I mean, they're going to spend a ton of money on salespeople, try to grow this thing out, and they're doing really, really well. I think that two things that I found interesting in the news, aside from the money, is number one, they're adding features that should make a lot of startups shit their pants. They're launching a note taker product which if you're BrightHire, MetaView, Honeit, et cetera, should make you a little bit nervous. If you're a competitor to Ashby, you might want to think about an acquisition of some of those companies. And the other thing is they've really apparently kind of figured out the user group customer thing. They have what would equate to local meetups. In fact, they have one near you, Mo, in Seattle, where customers come and I'm sure they get free food and drinks. I'm sure they get a little education. I'm sure they can ask questions. But that community feel, a lot of people can't afford to go to HR Tech every year or go to like a national or global conference. So these local conferences people love, and these companies leverage it smartly, are doing very well. And apparently Ashby is taking advantage of that. So everything working for them. The money thing, I agree, Chad. Money's expensive, but they see an opportunity to grow, and they're taking it. So this has been fun to watch. They're in 21 countries. They're only in pretty much North America and EMEA right now. They're coming to Europe. They're coming everywhere. So get ready, world.
They call it EMEA.
Get ready. Oh yeah, that's right.
EMEA.
Mm-hmm.
EMEA. I don't even know her.
Good. All good.
EMEA.
Yeah. I mean, 50 million, especially in the space that we are right now. We've heard and seen smart recruiters go over really a facelift with Winston, right? So I guess you almost have to wonder if they're trying to focus on building reserves and what the next build or what the next pivot looks like before they turn into legacy tech, right? They've been around for 7-8 years. I mean, tech is moving fast. So
one of these companies got to go public soon. Like, I mean, we can gush about Ashby, but there's no track record of ATSs like going public and crushing it and making a lot of money. So history says this isn't going to be a thing, but there's a first time for everything. So we'll see.
Whew.
I'm just happy to hear a company that everybody likes out there these days. It's awesome. Don't hear much of that.
We could find some people, I'm sure. We could find people.
It's really weird because you can go to a conference and, people will talk shit about just about any company that's out there. Even if they're having a good experience, they're going to have some shit to talk. I just haven't been able to find anybody to talk shit about Ashby. So good for those guys. I mean, that's fucking awesome.
It's really awesome. I've got a buddy who works over there. He's also a podcaster, Shannon Ogborn. She loves it. She just thinks it's the best. So, yeah.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. You can send those purple Nikes to me, and I'll distribute them accordingly. Ashby, if you're listening, sorry, I'm such a whore. All right. I didn't see this one coming. Forget the JobGet news. There's a different buyer for Monster. Bold Holdings won a $28.4 million bid for CareerBuilder and Monster's job board assets, beating JobGet's $27 million offer. They'll retain 350 plus employees as part of the deal. Valnet US acquired Monster Media assets for $27.3 million. And Cheryl Lubinsky, EddieNet, bought the government assets for $13 million. No bids for the international business, Chad. So I say we just buy it. Let's just get some buddies and do it. Court approval is set for July 24th, which is this week. Randstad disputes $789,000 cure payments, claiming $1.2 million owed. Bold, led by ex-Monster execs, runs My Perfect Resume and Flex Jobs, among others. Chad, your thoughts on this bold move by Bold?
Well, we talked about the bidding starting at $7 million and thinking, what the fuck? I mean, Monster just in itself and how much it was worth. And then you have CareerBuilder. I mean, the number one and number two, and they were 1 and 2 flipping back and forth for years. And the bidding started at $7 million just for those very key assets, by the way.
Yep.
Good domains. SEO juice is awesome. They do have obviously slumping revenues. Here's my biggest problem with Bold, getting those domains and the SEO juice. I've checked out some of their products like Flex Jobs, which is probably the most well known. It has mandatory registration, and if that wasn't bad enough, you hit a paywall to actually have to see the full job descriptions.
Come on, man.
And apply,
Gosh, are you serious?
apply for a job. Yes. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. So and that's pretty much how all their models are, right? These are job seeker monetization models. So these types of models, to me, are incredibly predatory, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
To see what could happen if Bold can actually squeeze some Google juice out of those domains, brand recognition, and then start preying on job seekers. I'm not a fan of it.
Ew.
Is it allowed? Yes. Does it make it right? Fuck you, right? But let's see what they do with these properties. But I really wish JobGet would have walked away with this deal, to be quite frank.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
So you might remember I mentioned, Chad, in one of my comments on this was that I thought someone had leaked the JobGet acquisition, and that they did that in order to get more money or get more bidders for the business, which appears like it may have been the case. It also appears to be the case that someone may have tipped off Bold. Remember, there are two monster execs on this team. Somebody may have leaked how much the JobGet bid was, because it's really close. It's about $1 million more. I mean, is that a coincidence? I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone called Bold and said, if you want to get this done, it's got to be over 28, because I think
it was an auction. It was an auction, so they could see, right, what was happening. I think the thing that actually pushed it over in looking at the actual bids was that Bold said they would take the 350 employees, and that wasn't something that I think JobGet wanted to do. Yeah, I think so. So there was more than just the money, but the money was obviously good too.
Yeah, good insight. So I'd never heard of Bold, really. Bold is just a holding company for all these job boards. Some I've heard of. Bold.pro is apparently a LinkedIn killer, and we haven't talked about that yet. Wow. But they've been around a while. Bold.com is a great URL. I mean, I can't believe it's just a holding company. It's kind of like DHI with DICE and clearance jobs. But anyway, they're doing nothing basically with a really good URL. So I'm not sure they're going to do anything with Monster now that they own it. But the recipe seems to be bring in these job boards, create efficiencies. It's probably one accounting department for all of them. It's probably one sales team for all of them, and they cross post and la. And they're thinking that they can make this thing work. Now, my guess is the whole Monster former executive thing, when these guys are at Monster, they probably went to lunch. They probably had conversations about, hey, man, if we ran the show, what would we do differently? How would we make Monster a monster again? And that probably got into the case of bidding for this thing. They have delusions of grandeur that they can bring Monster back to what it was. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they're just passing around, everyone's sloppy seconds on this one. I think it'll fade away. Monster will fade away with the others. Anyway, it'll be just like flex jobs. You'll go to Monster, there'll be a paywall. They'll have unique jobs that only you can find, unique content only that you can find. Interestingly, Bold has their headcount has been pretty much sideways for a long time, but they've just recently added business development people to the tune of a 400% increase over the last 6 months. So it certainly looks like they're going to have an army of salespeople start bombarding. So get ready for the calls, people. You're going to start getting the calls for the Monster CareerBuilder job posting deal.
I'm laughing because BD is so often a euphemism for sales. And yet again, there you go. BD people, come on in. All right. Okay, just call it sales. Come on.
All right, guys, let's take a quick break and get to some more red meat. I know Chad has been foaming at the mouth, ready to talk about Randstad France.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying.
And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're going to need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
All right, Chad, I'll set this up and let you run because I know you've done a lot of homework on this. But Monster France announced its closure in Europe this week, impacting 200 plus employees as shareholders of Randstad own 49% of the company and Apollo owns 51%. They withdrew funding for the post-2024 CareerBuilder joint venture. Despite a 2016 Randstad acquisition and a 2027 employee support agreement, no severance or reclassification has been offered with public funds covering costs. Randstad denies responsibility, citing minority ownership status at 49%, while executives received $1.2 million in bonuses and 5 million euros in bonuses back in 2024. Employees demand ethical accountability, criticizing the use of public funds and a lack of support. Chad, you've been reading up on this and have an opinion. What you got?
So there's so much fucking around on this one, and who got fucked on this. And there were so many that my brain was scrambled this morning. I had to break it up into 3 sections. So the first section, we're just going to talk about the employees and one change. So, but first, let's talk about Randstad, who actually came out yesterday reporting revenue of $5.8 billion last quarter. Underlying EBITDA of 171 million euros, and an EBITDA margin of 3%. So it sounds great, right? Yeah. Well, that's amazing if you're a stockholder, but how is Randstad treating their actual workers? Like, Monster employees that have worked for Monster for decades in some respect. Some of my friends have been there for 20 years. And not just in the U.S., but as you had said, Joel, all over the world, and even in France. So this lovely lady over at the job board doctor, she's the sexiest doctor ever. She wrote an article, and the quote, in documents reviewed by the job board doctor team effective June 22nd, 2025, Monster dramatically rewrote its terms of separation just days before slashing sales and marketing positions in multiple locations. So just before they got ready to do a mass layoff, this is what their change was. The old version prior to June 2022 or 22nd, 1.5 weeks base pay per year of service, right? And the minimum was 2 weeks, maximum was 16 weeks. Okay, so you got 16 weeks if you were there, and that was the max. New improved, let's fuck our employees version, 2 weeks base pay period. That's all you get. Doesn't matter if you were there for 20 years, doesn't matter if you were there for 1 year, everybody got the same. So think about this, listener. If you make $2,000 per week with the old policy, that'd be $32,000. And then the new policy is $4,000. Right? That many weeks. 15 weeks versus 2 weeks, right? That's a $28,000 difference. How would you like losing that amount of cash, right? Not just for you, but also for your family, right? And that's what they're going through. Just let that sink in. $28,000 lost because the company knows it's going to lay you and many others off in the next couple of days.
So disgusting.
That's the first segment. I'll let you guys marinate and talk that through before we get to the next segment.
Doing something to my body hearing about this. So I'm bracing myself.
This sounded very non-French because Europe
This is mainly, this part right here is mainly on the U.S. side. The French stuff in some cases is even fucking worse.
Right.
Oh my God.
So they basically engineered an ownership setup where 49% means you're off the hook for all of this shit, from public funding to treating employees like this. They've engineered it to where they can lay it on Apollo, U.S. company. It's not our fault. And I'd say a lot of people aren't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
No.
How the French government doesn't get involved in this in some way it would be kind of surprising to me. But this is so hard because our industry is about people. Our whole thing is treat people well, retention. Like that's what we preached all of our businesses, all of our customers. Like we repeat that in our sleep, and then we do shit like this. And it makes us look like assholes. It's awful for everybody. I know it's sort of like, oh, well, it sucks to be them. But this bleeds into everything. We're supposed to be the people business. We're supposed to be the take care of ourselves and everybody amongst us. And we fall flat every week. And it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Beautifully put. Yeah. I share your ire.
Hey. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the next one because that was that wasn't bad enough. Meanwhile, how did Randstad treat monsters abroad? So here's a comment from Xavier Hamlin on Randstad's new numbers announcement. He actually made this comment on LinkedIn. There's something deeply indecent, Mr. Sander Van Schnoodel. I don't know how to say his last name, and I don't give a fuck. He's the CEO of Randstad. About posting this kind of publication talking about the amount of money that they're making while hundreds of employees across Europe are being brutally laid off without recognition, without real support, and not even a word. Yes, your numbers are solid. Yes, your EBITDA meets expectations, but at what cost? At the cost of brutal disengagement of a rushed liquidation of teams who have been committed for 10, 15, sometimes 20 years. Monster France was a compass in the HR ecosystem at one time, a company that stood for much more than figures. You believed it. You brought us in, then sold us. And now it's a dry shutdown without regard. It's great to have the best team in the industry, but such a team deserves to be treated that way in the end. And we also have a video from Matteo Nicolo, who is the director or was a director of international EU sales at Monster. This is what Matteo had to say.
Hi, I'm Matteo Nicolo, Secretary of the Workers' Council at Monster in France, where I've worked for many years. Today I want to expose a deep injustice happening at Monster in Europe. This is not just about a shameful shutdown. It's about powerful shareholders abandoning their social responsibilities. Until 10 months ago, Monster was fully owned by Randstad, which meant respect for collective agreement and protections for workers in case of economic layoffs. Then Randstad decided to reduce its stake to 49% by partnering with the private equity firm Apollo. And just 9 months later, they are dismantling the company, pushing into Chapter 11 and shutting down the European business. Subsidiaries are being liquidated, shareholders refuse to pay salaries or legal severance, and instead rely on public funds to support workers left stranded. Meanwhile, global management from Monster has asked a U.S. court for $1.2 million protection in transaction award plan for a few unnamed people. So we have on one side the world's top staffing firm, on the other a very successful private equity company seeking European taxpayers' help to partially cover what they owe workers, as they will only get a fraction of what is due. Right now we can pay July salaries, but August wages are at risk in many countries. Randstad hides behind its minority shareholder status of 49%, refusing to act, all while promoting human-forward values and boasting to be the most equitable company. And yesterday they also announced solid profits. This is not just about money, it's about ethics. We are demanding Randstad to take responsibility because what's legal isn't always right. And there is a clear injustice we're fighting against. Thank you.
Is he at the Louvre?
Thanks, Matteo.
That looked like a nice location.
Nice setup.
What is legal is not always right.
I loved that. That was a good mic drop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also talking about how, French taxpayers are going to be holding the bag. This is corporate welfare that we see in the U.S. all the time. It's one of those bailout situations when you knew that you were going to run out of money. And the next piece and the last piece, kids, in my dissection of all this fucking shit that's happening is what about the vendor community, right? Companies that provide resources and services that probably won't get paid millions of dollars back. Monster and CareerBuilder ran up bills they knew they couldn't pay. And here's a quick timeline of one vendor that I talked to this morning. On May 22nd, email out the vendor actually emailed to Monster looking for more insights, specifically whether it was having issues paying its invoices due to merging overhead or deeper financial concerns. Monster came back, confirmed that everything was fine. They'll provide more clarity. They came back with more clarity, saying that they'll get the oldest invoices, and this is in May. December invoices, February invoices, right? So they're in the rears, not in a good way. And May 23rd, Monster provided an update to the oldest invoices and said that the other invoices would be paid in June. So this is late May, and nearly a month later, they're in Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization, right? They wrote checks their asses couldn't pay. Nice. Now, you'll notice during this entire block, Matteo mentioned it, but I haven't mentioned Apollo because Apollo is a PE firm that sucks companies dry from every industry. But Randstad,
PE does best.
Yeah. Randstad, they're a leader in our industry, and they chose to fuck over taxpayers, vendors, employees all over the globe to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. And until we see a CEO like Mr. Sander Vanderschnoodle or Jeff Furman in an orange jumpsuit, the hardworking people of this world will continue to get proper fucked. Hopefully Monster and CareerBuilder employees will continue sharing information and stories out there and get louder. That this all dies in the dark. So we got to make fucking noise.
It's really true.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Look, Randstad has an army of lawyers. They knew what they were doing. They knew that they would probably be cleared. If there is a lawsuit, they'll probably drown it in paper. If you want change, if you're a Randstad customer, if you're a vendor, employee of, or a shareholder, money talks. Go somewhere else, take your business elsewhere, sell your stock and buy something else. Like that's really the only ammunition I think we have to make change. Yeah. Be a pain in the ass if you're a Randstad customer and ask why in the hell did this happen?
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
Stop me if you've heard this one before, guys. Perplexity CEO Aravind Srivanas predicts AI agents in their Comet browser, which I don't know who uses that, will automate recruiter and executive assistant jobs, handling tasks like candidate sourcing, email outreach, and scheduling with just one prompt. He expects full automation within 6 to 12 months, turning browsers into OS-like systems. While he sees this freeing time for leisure, it risks displacing many white-collar workers. The end of recruitment, Chad. Again, your thoughts?
Let's talk about the process first, because I think it's one of those things where we've got to focus on orchestrating workflows and tasks, because that's what a recruiter does, right? That's what anybody does. They have their own set of tasks that they have to complete to be able to actually get your job done. So the first one, the rec opens. Hiring manager uses market research tools to set requirements. How do you do that? Some companies are actually doing this now. They take a look at the actual requirements that they're putting on their job, and they're setting that against the actual internal database system that they have to see what it looks like. And if it's way too many candidates, if they can actually put more requirements in or actually adjust, right? And then they can also do that against external candidate databases. So you can see what the ecosystem looks like instead of posting a job, waiting 45 days and asking the recruiter why the fuck this isn't done yet, right? So you can get a better gauge of that. Hiring managers can right out of the gate. Job is posted then internally. Candidates are invited from the ATS and the CRM to those databases to actually apply, right? You don't need a recruiter to do that. The threshold is either met. If it is met, then it goes to the next stage, meaning I know that I need 10 candidates to fill this one position or 30 candidates to fill this one position. If that threshold is made, you're good. If not, then you go external and you start posting or doing programmatic external until you actually meet that threshold. Testing and simulations are knockout rounds. And then it's interview on demand. The whole interview scheduling, this is my prediction. In the next year, interview scheduling is going to go away. 18 months. It's going to go away. As soon as you are ready, you've passed the screening, you're going to get an instant interview. Whether it's audio video, it's going to happen. So everything works within the system and nobody gets swallowed into the black hole. It's going to be a better candidate experience. And yet you're going to have humans, not as many, on the outside that are there to give white glove service to anybody who needs it. So I get what he's talking about. I don't know if it's going to happen in the Comet browser, but I can definitely see it with the agents and orchestration that's happening.
60% of the time, it works every time.
My favorite.
So the whole tech CEO beating their chest around no more people. At some point, it's going to have to happen. Otherwise, it's just beating our chest for the sake of beating our chest and hopefully getting headlines. Now, to Chad's point, there are fewer recruiters. Fact. I talked to Jamie at RecFest. And I was like, hey, man, everyone's talking about the end of recruiting and recession and bad. Like, what's going on? What are you seeing on your end? And his comment was pretty prescient. He said, the company-wise, we have the same companies and more attending, but they're all bringing fewer people. So in the past where they might have brought 25, 20, they're bringing a dozen. So like there are still recruiters, but it's inevitable that there are fewer. Now, does it end it in like, is there really an end to this? I don't know. There was a really interesting interview. Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce, was on Bloomberg, had some really interesting things to say about automation. Check this out.
You've said you won't hire any more coders at Salesforce. And you've said today's CEOs will be the last to manage all human workforces. What does this mean for businesses?
Well, I think I just had a meeting, coming from a meeting with my head of engineering, and we're looking at productivity levels of 30 to 50% this year in key functions like engineering, coding, support.
You're saying
service.
AI is doing 30 to 50% of the work?
AI is doing 30 to 50% of the work at Salesforce now. And I think that will, continue. I think that all of us have to get our head around this idea that AI can do things that before, we were doing, and we can move on to do higher value work. And I do think, to your point, CEOs have to make sure their values are in the right place and that values bring value.
Could an agent replace you one day?
I hope so.
Excellent question.
I mean, of course, I'm partially kidding, that. But we're becoming more automated.
Oh my gosh.
So I said before that I mean, I'm torn on whether this is the end or not, but I am convinced that tech believes it is. and tech will drag us kicking and screaming to at least try this non-human thing. But if 30 or 50% of the work at Salesforce now is automated, like that matters, and that's fewer people. I
don't know that I buy it. I think that guy is trying to look like the man, and he's trying, this whole industry is pushing AI so freaking hard, and that's their agenda, right? They all want to make more money. They all want to look like the darling. So I'm not sure I buy it. I think that a lot of it's just hype. And so I don't 100% agree that that's what's actually happening. It's what he wants to happen, right? Like they're all saying things like, it'll replace even me, the CEO. Come on. Seriously, we've already seen this happen where people continually say they're letting people go for AI because of AI doing work and being more productive. And then they claw them back. I think it was Klarna who let people go and then brought them back. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I think you have to think about the motives of these companies and the people who are saying these things and where they've invested their dollars and the shares they own, all that. It's like, I'm not sure that I buy it.
So, I mean, give one
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
One instance with GM, when we talked to Eileen, when she was over at GM, they had over 100 people doing one job, one task, and that was interview scheduling.
200 people?
And I think it was 100. I think it was around 100. It was
more than that. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a lot. Let's just say it was a lot. And Paradox took it over. And next thing you know, they were able to redistribute those people to different jobs, right?
There you go.
But the thing is, it's all about task orientation and orchestration. If you can actually have that agent or whatever you want to call it, do the really pain in the ass work of scheduling and then hand off to whatever next agent is, or even the human, then there's no reason. But we're seeing it happen already. The question is, how far can it go? And I believe if you break it down into tasks for these agents and you can orchestrate them correctly, then it's just going to hand one off to another agent, to a human, to an agent, and away you go. So I believe what he's saying. I don't know about 30% right now. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that would be incredible. But I think that we also are failing to recognize, so recruitment might shift, like you said, it's going to push people into new jobs. It's going to automate the painful shit that no one wants to do anyway and give them new jobs. And I don't see how that's necessarily different from past, digital revolutions or, people digitalizing their organizations. Like a lot of people freaked out about automation and they still have jobs. They just have different jobs. So, I mean, I think there might be like a very painful contraction period where we're all kind of sorting this out and figuring out where people should go and what they should do and what the machines can actually reliably do and how many humans you do need in the loop and all that good stuff. But I just don't buy this happening right now. And I just hope that I might be Pollyanna here, but I really hope that we can eventually see all these changes funnel into new jobs we haven't even conceived of yet. Right. So hopefully
we need taxes and UBI. We need AI taxes and UBI fast, very fast.
And ethics, regulation, ethics, all the things.
Mo is not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And speaking of bananas, guys,
don't buy it.
Are you ready for this week's dad joke?
Uh-oh.
What's the difference between a refrigerator and a butthole? What's the difference between a refrigerator and a butthole?
You only get into one of them.
A fridge doesn't fart when you pull the meat out.
Oh, dear God.
Go back to moving, Mo. We out.
That is creepy uncle joke. That's not dad jokes.
Bad.
It is really bad. We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The chat, the cheese, brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar, blue, nacho, pepper jack, Swiss. There's so many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chatgpt.com
GetCheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!